Welcome to Yoga with Ian. We'll be looking at padmasana, lotus pose. Lotus pose is about opening in the hips, so do not wrench the knees. These are a universal joint halfway up a main support. They do not need to be broken, shattered or injured in any way whatsoever, so it is not yanking on the knees. Padmasana, lotus position, is about the hips. Ideally you should always be warmed up before doing anything like this. Good. We'll start with simple half lotus. So stretch the legs out. Good. Bend the right knee, bring the foot in. Hug the knee into the chest, inhale, get tall. Good. Lift the foot off the ground, take the underneath, bring the foot around so the heel is now jabbing into just above the groin. Okay, good. Bring the right knee round, forward. You don't want the knee out to the side, you want it forward as much as possible, still pulling that heel in towards the groin. Good. Allow the right knee to come down. Again, you want this knee coming forward, not out to the side. Allow the knee to come down. If the knee won't come down, then you don't go for the full lotus, okay? You just go for half lotus. This in itself is quite intense, okay? You will feel some pressure on the knee, but not a huge amount, so don't yank on it. It's the hip we're trying to open. If you are fortunate, and as you can see I'm fairly open already, my knee does come down almost to the ground, and if I just relax it a little bit more, it will touch. Good. If you are up high, don't go further, okay? Don't try to. We're just doing half lotus to begin with. You'll notice the toes are sticking out to the sides. This is where you want them. Good. Lift the knee up. Stretch the leg out. And I was very quick, but you can stay there for longer. Okay? It's about what you're comfortable with. And if you're going into meditation, I don't advise padmasana, full lotus, because quite simply it's not comfortable. Pull the knee in. Left knee, take hold of that left foot. Inhale, lengthen up. Good. Lift the foot off the ground. Take the hand, the right hand underneath. Bring that heel in above the groin. Lower the knee down, bringing it forward. Toes pointing out to the sides. And you can see I'm slightly tighter on my left, so it will take a little while longer for my knee to come down to the ground. And this is quite normal. In fact, this is still quite open for most people, but allow the knee to just come down gently. Try not to push on it, won't help. You need to inhale, lengthen up. And you can see the knee does come down a little more easily. So if you inhale and lengthen up, it relaxes the muscles through to the top of the hips and into the legs. So it will allow that knee to come down a little bit more. Good. You can see we're almost there, almost touching the ground. We'll hold for another few seconds. Again, for yourself, if you need to, you can stay here longer. It's absolutely fine. And half lotus is a good place to start. And if you manage to get half lotus, fine. Don't feel you've immediately got to do lotus straight away. Okay? Good. Bring the knee up. Stretch the leg out. Pick whichever leg you feel most comfortable with. For me, it happens to be the right leg. Bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen up. Get tall. Good. Pull back so that foot comes off the ground. Take the underneath of the foot. Bring that foot as high as you can. Drop the heel into just above the groin. Bringing the knee around to the front. Let the knee drop. Good. And that knee is almost forward. Again, don't have the knees separated out. If you have the knees separated out, it's not a particularly good lotus. Good. Once you have got that knee down to the ground and you are comfortable with this, and I emphasize again, you must be comfortable. You mustn't be sort of pushing it down and think, oh yeah, I'll go for the next bit. Don't. Take your time. It takes a long time to learn to go into the lotus if your hips are not made that way. It took me a while. Good. or when you have got your half lotus comfortable and that knee is down to the ground, you bend the other knee and slowly bring the foot up. Again, remember what I said about yanking on the knees. If this starts to become too much for you, stop, just wait, or release the leg back out again. It will wait another day. You don't have to do everything now. If you are here and you've got the foot there and you can comfortably pick the foot up and slide it onto that other leg. And I'm bringing the heel in close to the groin again, above the groin. So that left knee is now coming forward as well. And even though my lotus is okay, you can see my left knee still sticks off the ground. I have a way to go. It will get there. We'll just wait. Notice both toes sticking out to the sides. Lovely. Good. Even in half lotus, you can still do other exercises. I will demonstrate one of those in a minute. But for the moment, if you are in your full lotus, and I'm still not quite there yet, a little bit of a gap, it'll get there. Good. You have various options. If you want to, you can inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, folding forward. Keep folding forward. Bending from the hips. Allow the forehead to come down to the ground. Both sit bones are pressing into the ground. Touch the forehead down. Maybe touch the chin. Good. Inhale up. You can, if you wish, take one hand behind you. You do it so by stretching forward, the thumb pointing down, sweep the hand around and seeing if you can catch hold of the foot from behind. Good. I like to hold on to the big toe. For some reason or other, that's quite comfortable. And you inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, turn to face towards the front. Good. Release that hand if you can. Bring it back round. Do the same with the other hand. Thumb points down, sweep, swim round. Just get some length into that arm and twist. Good. Take the hand round. See if you can hold the foot. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Turn to look forwards. Once you've managed to do this with both sides, you might look at sweeping both hands around and trying to get hold of the foot. It is easier if you lean forward, but you want to try and be upright. Now this may look a bit awkward, but I promise you, once you are here, it's quite comfortable. I don't actually have a strong enough grip on my feet yet, but once, I promise you, in the spine, it's a lovely stretch. Good. Release the hands. You can still do the same in half lotus. So if you're struggling with your lotus, and please don't struggle, take it in gently, and you've got your half lotus and it's okay, you can take the hand on the same side, sweep it round, grab hold of the foot. Good. You can now use, in my case, the left hand, to pull that knee further forward. Inhaling and stretching, exhaling. Good. That will help with that little bit of hip opening. And release. We can still do the same on the other side. Good. In this case, left leg, so the left hand comes round behind, grabs hold of the foot, right hand to the knee, inhale, lengthening up, twisting the body, just pulling round a little bit more. Good. And release and stretch the legs out. Once you've managed to get comfortably into your half lotus, then lotus, you need to practice on the other side and still go into it gently. Be kind to yourself. It's too easy to wrench. One of the great things, if you can manage it, if you have headstand in your practice, is getting your legs to go into lotus in headstand. If you can manage that, then you really are getting more open in the hips. Good. Thank you.